Everybody wants strength, but nobody wants the pain that builds it. Everybody wants success, but few are willing to face the hurt that comes with chasing it. The truth is, hurt is not your enemy. It is your greatest teacher. When it hurts, life is not punishing you. Life is preparing you. The difference between those who quit and those who conquer found in what they do when it hurts the most. Because pain does not break you. It reveals you. When it hurts, the first thing most people think is that something has gone wrong. They panic, they retreat. They see pain as punishment, but the truth is, pain is a signal, not a sentence. It is feedback, not finality. Think about it. Your body aches when you push it in the gym, not because you are dying, but because you are building. That same principle applies to your dreams, your goals, and your life. When it hurts, it means something inside you is growing, stretching, transforming. Most people run from pain because it feels unbearable. But what if I told you that the exact thing you are running from is the doorway to the person you want to become? That ache in your chest after rejection, that weight in your stomach after failure, that exhaustion after giving everything you have, those are not signs that you should quit. They are signs that you are alive in the process of becoming. You know, pain is the signal that you are in the game. You are not on the sidelines. You are not sitting comfortably in a place where nothing changes. You are in the middle of the fight, and that is exactly where transformation takes place. Without pain, nothing shifts. Without struggle, nothing elevates. If you want strength, if you want confidence, if you want success that cannot be shaken, you must be willing to lean into the hurt that comes with growth. You know, here is the mindset shift. Stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, what is this teaching me? Because pain always carries a lesson. Every tear has wisdom. Every heartbreak has clarity. Every failure has instruction. If you ignore the pain, you miss the lesson. But if you listen, you gain the keys to unlock a stronger version of yourself. And now let us be real. Pain is not fun. It will knock you down. It will make you doubt yourself. It will whisper that you are not good enough. But if you can push past that voice and recognize that hurt is not your end but your evolution, imagine your life if you reprogrammed how you see pain, not as punishment, but as progress, not as something to avoid, but as something to study, not as weakness, but as the exact thing that makes you unshakable. You know, when it hurts, it means you are being stretched to carry more than you did yesterday. It means you are being prepared to handle the weight of the future you are building. Every champion, every leader, every great human being you admire has walked through pain and came out stronger because they refused to see it as the end. They saw it as the signal to rise. Let us get real for a second. Comfort has never built anybody worth remembering. Comfort zones give you ease, they give you safety, but they never give you power. You know what does? Hurt. That sting in your chest when life smacks you down. That sharp edge of disappointment when things do not go your way. That crushing weight when the path feels too heavy. Hurt molds you into something that comfort never can. And we live in a world that tells you to avoid pain, to escape struggle, to look for shortcuts. But shortcuts do not sculpt character. Shortcuts do not build mental toughness. If you want to know who someone really is, watch what they do when it hurts. Do they run back to safety? Or do they stand in the fire until the fire changes them? You know, the strongest parts of you were not formed when life was easy. Think about it. The nights you cried yourself to sleep taught you strength. The failures that embarrassed you taught you persistence. The heartbreaks taught you how to love again with wisdom. Every scar you carry is not proof that you were weak. It is proof that you survived what comfort could never prepare you for. Hurt strips away the mask. It reveals who you are when the excuses no longer work. And that is where character is built. Character is not crafted when everything feels good. It is forged in the moments when quitting looks easier, when giving up looks tempting, when you have every reason to stop, but you refuse. That choice right there, that is where you shape yourself into someone powerful. Do not mistake this for romanticizing pain. No one wakes up and says, please, let me hurt today. But when hurt arrives, and it always does, it comes as a sculptor, not as a destroyer. It carves away what is soft, what is unnecessary, what is fake. It leaves behind the strongest, most authentic version of you. Ask yourself this: do you want a life where you are padded, protected, and weak? Or do you want a life where you can walk into storms with your head high because you know you have been tested, you have been burned, and you came out stronger? That is the choice hurt gives you. Comfort does not offer that option. Comfort only keeps you the same. The truth is, hurt is not pleasant, but it is honest. Comfort lies to you. Comfort says, stay here, you are fine. Hurt says, get up, you are meant for more. Comfort traps you in who you are. Hurt pushes you toward who you must become. And when you finally understand that, you stop fearing the hurt. You stop running from it. You start using it. Because hurt is the tool that chisels greatness. And greatness cannot be built in comfort. Everybody loves to dream. Dreams are free. Dreams feel good. You can sit on your couch, close your eyes, and imagine yourself with the life you want. Successful, confident, fulfilled. And that feels amazing in the moment. But here is the truth nobody wants to admit. Dreaming does not cost a thing, but doing does. And the cost of doing is hurt. This is why most people never cross the line from dreamer to doer. Doing hurt. The moment you actually step up and chase what you say you want, you are going to meet rejection. You are going to feel exhausted. You are going to face fear, doubt, criticism, and failure. That is the price tag, and right there when it hurts is where the separation happens. Dreamers step back. Doers step forward. Think about the people you admire, the athletes, the leaders, the creators, the entrepreneurs. They all had dreams, just like you, but what set them apart was not the dream. It was the action they took when the hurt showed up. They chose to keep moving when their bodies ached, when their minds screamed to quit, when the world told them, you are not enough. That is what turned them into doers. Hurt becomes the ultimate test. Anybody can smile when it is easy. Anybody can stay motivated when things are going their way. But when it feels like the universe is throwing punches, when every step forward comes with pain, that is when character gets revealed. Dreamers fold, doers fight, dreamers stay stuck, doers grow, and here is the kicker, you already know this. You have lived it. Think about a time in your life when you wanted something badly, gave up the moment it got uncomfortable. How did that feel? Empty, frustrating. Now, think about the times you pushed through the discomfort and actually made progress. Even if it was small, even if it was messy, you felt powerful, you felt proud. That is the difference hurt makes. So stop pretending that hurt is some kind of punishment. Hurt is the marker that separates the people who only talk from the people who walk. You say you want success, then be ready to hurt. You say you want growth, then be ready to hurt. You say you want to change your life, then understand that change requires you to pass through pain. Most people do not fail because they lack talent. They fail because they are unwilling to endure the hurt that comes with turning a dream into reality. But if you decide today that hurt will not send you running, that hurt will be your signal to lean in, you shift from wishful thinking to unstoppable doing. That is the moment you cross the line, the moment you stop being a dreamer and start being a doer. Here is the truth you have to tattoo into your brain. Hurt does not last forever. The sting you feel today will not feel the same tomorrow, and a year from now, you will barely remember the sharpness of it. But what will last forever is who you became because of it. Hurt is temporary. Growth is permanent. Think about every time you thought you could not make it through, the heartbreak that shattered you, the failure that left you humiliated, the moment you swore you could not take another step forward. Yet here you are. You survived every single hurt you once thought would break you. The pain faded, but the strength you carry because of it stayed. That is the pattern. Life keeps showing you. The mistake people make is confusing the hurt of the moment with the story of their life. Pain feels so heavy when you are inside it that you start believing it will always be this way. But that is a lie. Pain is a season, not a life sentence. It will pass. What remains is the growth, the wisdom, the muscle you built from pushing through. That is yours forever. You have to train yourself to look beyond the moment. When it hurts, zoom out. Ask yourself, who am I becoming because of this? What will I gain once this storm has passed? That shift in perspective gives you power because now you see the hurt not as a wall, but as a doorway. Every painful moment is an investment in your future self. The hurt is the price and the growth is the reward. And let us be real. Most people quit too early. They stop in the middle of the hurt because it feels unbearable and they never get to collect the reward that comes after. It is like digging for gold. Quitting the moment the dirt feels too heavy, when in reality the treasure is just inches away. Growth comes right after the hurt, but only if you keep going. The strongest people you know are not strong because they never felt pain. They are strong because they endured it long enough for the hurt to pass and the growth to remain. They did not let temporary suffering steal permanent strength. And that is the choice in front of you every single time. Life hurts. You can let it define you in the moment, or you can let it shape you for a lifetime. So the next time you are in pain, remind yourself, this will not last. The tears will dry, the wound will heal, the ache will fade, but the character, the wisdom, the strength, the fire you gain, that stays forever. Hurt is temporary, but what you build because of it becomes unshakable. That is the trade. That is the gift. That is the truth. When it hurts, it is not a signal to stop. It is a call to rise. Pain is not a sentence. It is a teacher. Hurt does not come to break you. It comes to build you. Comfort might make you feel safe, but hurt makes you unstoppable. It strips away the excuses. It forges character. And it separates the ones who only talk from the ones who actually do. Every dreamer faces this crossroads. Will you bow to the hurt, or will you let it shape you into a doer? Will you let it trap you in who you are now, or will you allow it to push you toward who you are meant to become? The choice is always yours. Hurt does not last forever, but the strength and wisdom you earn from it will echo through every part of your life. So the next time it hurts, and it will remember this, pain is proof that you are in the fight, proof that you are alive, proof that you are becoming. Do not fear it. Do not run from it. Lean into it. Let it carve you into someone powerful. Because when it hurts, that is not the end of your story. It is the moment your true story begins.